WrestleMania 36 just finished part one, literally just a few minutes ago, so it's still very fresh on my mind. Um, it's the weirdest WrestleMania that we've had. No crowd. You guys already know that, and it did not feel like a WrestleMania. Now there's good things about it too, but just overall, it didn't feel like a WrestleMania. It felt very quiet and small, which is the opposite of what WrestleMania is supposed to feel like. With that being said, it seemed like everybody did a pretty good job on their matches, and there were even a few standout matches that really had me hooked. They had the kickoff show. It's a match I didn't know about, where they had Drew Gulak going against Cesaro. It was a good match. Drew Gulak is becoming one of my favorites. And then they went straight to the pay-per-view with the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Sorry guys, I can hear my bird screaming downstairs. Anyways, yes, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, they won the tag team titles, which is good. That's awesome. I was hoping they were going to win them. Those titles actually got some time on television, more time than they do now, back when Bliss and Cross had them originally. I just think they're much better champions, and they seem to connect with the fans more. Alright, before I talk about that, let's go Elias and King Corbin. That match actually surprised me. I had almost no hype going in for that match going into this, and Elias was at his best that I've ever seen him in a long, you know what, ever. I've always think that they've dropped the ball with Elias. The dude is built like a brick house. You know, he's got the body, he's got the skill. He's a brawler, man. And I always feel like they never gave him the right thing to do, and you could see him in this match just getting frustrated and beating on Baron Corbin. It was great. That was the best I've ever seen Elias, and I hope they keep that going with him. Here's a match I absolutely hated. If you guys have seen this channel and any of my reviews, you probably already know what match I'm going to say. Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. I hated it. Some of it seemed like it was going to be okay. You know, Sami Zayn getting whooped the whole time, and I was kind of buying into that. And then I hate it because Sami Zayn retained the title. Let's put it bluntly. I hate it because Sami Zayn got the title. And it's not because he got disqualified. He pinned Daniel Bryan clean. That doesn't mean the whole match was clean, but he still pinned Daniel Bryan clean. You've got to be kidding me. Sami Zayn, a guy that has maybe had, 5 or 6 televised matches in the past 2 years, is holding the Intercontinental title. That's ridiculous to me. Up against Daniel Bryan, a 5-time world champion. Just I don't understand what they're doing with Sami Zayn here. I really don't. I'm a big fan of Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. Not of Sami Zayn at all. And as a group, what are they calling themselves? The Collective Artist, I think. Something weird like that. Not a fan of that group at all. They don't seem like they click together. Sami Zayn is just, if anything, he's annoying. But you know what? He still has that title. Every time he's going to go and defend it, if he even actually does get a real match. I mean, even in this match, man, he wasn't doing anything for most of it except for cowering. Man, that's not... if you're going to have him cower, he can do that in another match. You don't have to put a belt on him so he can go do that. Alright, anyways, I'm over that. So let's move on to the other matches that we've seen. We were supposed to get a triple threat ladder match with The Miz and John Morrison, New Day, and the Usos. Well, we only got one member from each of those teams. The Miz was not here at WrestleMania. So it was John Morrison, Kofi, and one of the members of the Usos. I don't actually know which one because they look exactly the same and their names are similar. But anyways, it was actually a pretty good match. It was everything I wanted. It wasn't a great ladder match, but it was good. John Morrison definitely showed off during the match a lot. Some of his parkour stuff, and that was cool. That's what I wanted to see. Kofi Kingston did his normal crazy stuff, and then you got, let's say it was Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso did his thing. He's not really as much of a high flyer as the other two, but all in all, it was a good match. The only thing that kind of upset me at the end was they made it like John Morrison won by mistake. Why do they do this with some of their best talent? John Morrison was holding on to these titles. They were all three on top of their each ladder. John Morrison was holding on to the titles after Jimmy Uso unhooked the titles, and then him and Kofi Kingston headbutted John Morrison, then he fell back with the titles in his hands. So then they said, oh, well, he won because he got the titles. Okay. Why couldn't they just have him go up the ladder and grab the titles? And have him win completely clean without any kind of argument at all? John Morrison is a badass, and they don't need to make it like he won by a fluke or he almost didn't win clean. I don't get it. The match was good. The ending sucked. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. For going into this match, not caring about their feud anymore, I was thinking it was going on way too long. I'll give this match of the night. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. It was great. It was back and forth. It was a pretty equal match. And I liked the story they were trying to tell in the match, too. You know, Seth Rollins... Well, Kevin Owens kind of won twice. Kevin Owens won because Seth Rollins got disqualified for hitting him in the head with the bell. And, you know, that was kind of... The story here was Kevin Owens not having his WrestleMania moment or wanting to get his WrestleMania moment from Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins kind of took that away from him by getting disqualified. And then, you know, KO said, okay, well, let's do a no disqualification match. Seth Rollins said, okay, started whooping on him, and Kevin Owens climbed on top of the WrestleMania sign, put him through a table. Really awesome moment. Even beforehand, he said, oh, how about this for a WrestleMania moment? So it was good. I like that match. That is the best match of the night. It really took me... I felt like I was watching wrestling again, guys. I didn't feel like I was just watching it because, oh, it's WrestleMania. Of course I gotta watch it. I felt like I was really into it. It hooked me. It put me there at the arena, and I was watching it like I do any other wrestling as a fan. It was great. Alright, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. I don't know what to say about this match. Becky Lynch won. It was actually a decent match. But, yeah, Becky Lynch won, and Shayna Baszler gets to eat all her words now. Everything that she did and all that smack she talked. And then we got Goldberg versus... Well, I got written down Roman Reigns, but They actually changed it yesterday to Braun Strowman, and good for him. I've been waiting for this for a long time, guys. I'm a big fan of Braun Strowman, and he took the title. He took the Universal Championship. This is his first world title, and that's awesome. Good for him. I've been waiting for them to put this title on him for a long time. He earned it, man. It kind of makes me think because this was kind of a last minute change, so why, or not why, but what do they plan on doing now? And what I hope they're going to do is keep him as Universal Champion. Let the guy have a nice long title run, man. This guy's a monster. They call him the monster among men. He needs to be treated like that. He's just a big brute. Like, let him do his thing in the ring. Let him have this really long title reign. Nobody should be able to take him on one-on-one easily. There's no way. This match actually went on pretty long, too. I don't know what matches were pre-taped. Well, I know one of them that was pre-taped, but I don't know if this match was pre-taped or not. It might have been, it might not have been, but, I don't know. And that's good that I don't know. So I don't know what was... They didn't overly edit anything, so... good. I couldn't tell if it was live or not. That was great. That's what I was hoping for. It all felt like a live event to me. Now, let's talk about this. And The Undertaker versus AJ Styles for a Boneyard match. So they wrestled in a graveyard, which was my guess. It was kind of like a buried alive match. AJ Styles got buried at the end of it. Here's my take on this match. I can't say whether I like this match or not. Oh, okay. I'll say it like this. As a match, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Now, if I would have seen this on some YouTube channel and it was like a fan-made short film where they got these guys to do this little skit, or hell, even if it was treated like a skit in the wrestling world, then I would have absolutely loved it. It was a spectacle, man. It was awesome to see. It was like watching a short film, but it wasn't treated like that. This was being advertised as a match, and because it was being advertised as a match, I wasn't thinking I was getting a skit going into it. I was thinking I was going to get a legitimate match going into it. Yeah, shame on me, And it wasn't. So it caught me by surprise. If my mindset was a little different going into it and I didn't take it as a serious match, I really think I would have loved it. There's definitely some enjoyment to be had there, but you can't take it serious at all. You can't look at it like a Wrestlemania match. You have to look at it for what it is, and that's a skit or a short film that they made. So, anyways, with that being said, guys, this show was not... It really wasn't that bad. Tomorrow we got a lot more. Tomorrow we got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, the big match that I'm looking forward to. And, John Cena versus The Fiend, which I'm pretty sure is going to be like another skit type match. Just a very edited, with music put in it, short movie that they're going to do with the two. So, at least with the Fiend match and John Cena tomorrow, that's what I'm going to be expecting. So maybe I can look at it with different eyes. But yeah, the Undertaker versus AJ Styles match did not sit well with me, at least at first. I don't know. I'll have to let that sit for a little while. So, yeah, guys, it was a good show. I don't want to say it was a good WrestleMania. Didn't feel like a WrestleMania at all. But like I said earlier, given the circumstances, it was a decent show, and that's all I was really hoping for. A half decent show, something to take me out of the world today and put me in the wrestling world again. And in some instances, it definitely did that. So that's my review of WrestleMania 36, Part 1. Part 2 will be tomorrow, fresh, right after it's off the air. So I'll see you guys. Let me know what you think of Part 1.